Welcome on board Anil Jain, Vice Chairman and MD at Jain Irrigation Systems, to chat about their earnings. Anil, hi. How did your performance pan out in the quarter gone by? Strong PAT growth is what we've seen. However, an element of higher other income also played out. How did the macro, or rather the micro irrigation system segment play out for you?
Overall, it has been quite a positive quarter. Our growth in India for the domestic business of micro irrigation was almost, let's say close to 19%. We had some reduction in exports because of seasonality of a particular project. But overall, then micro irrigation business has grown in India about 12.5%. When you combine export and domestic, but domestic business grew 19%, which is quite positive. Our plastic product business, including piping and sheet, that grew quite well. Polyethylene solution business grew in fact, almost close to 30%. But overall pipe growth was again about 10 to 12% when you combine all the products put together. But on a global basis, our plastic sheet business did very well. So when I look at everything together, it was a reasonably good quarter. And if you look at for first 9 months, overall consol company has grown close to about 17%, which is what was our estimation, when we started the year.
Okay, so what is your current order book at, and what trends are you witnessing in your order wins, especially overseas?
So current order book is north of close to about 5,000 crore rupees. I think it's 5,100 crore. So it's in that range. It's a little bit higher than what it was, at the start of the quarter. So after doing all this business, we got the new orders. We expect, this quarter, that is March and the June quarter, also to be very strong in overseas areas. Recently, we have also been L1 in another large project in Rwanda, which would add another 200 crores. We expect that order in next few weeks. So momentum in overseas market is also quite good. Within India market, last quarter there was some disruption in some states because of elections like Rajasthan, MP, Chhattisgarh, Telangana and so on. And so, there was some impact there. But despite that, domestic business grew 19%.
Thanks so much for joining in. Now tell us how the fluctuation in polymer prices has impacted your financials.
So this was the quarter when, oil, post I think August, September, oil started coming down. So impact on the polymer prices was in the current quarter. So some of our division like piping, where polymers play an important role, there has been some value deflation because the prices of polymers also came down. But I think we have been able to hedge the, when they went up between April and September, and then they have come down between September and December. We have been able to balance both through right purchasing decisions or right pricing decisions, and that has helped us to ensure that our margins have remained intact or in fact slightly improved.
So are there any plans for value unlocking via stake sale? Because there was a strong buzz that the Jain Farm IPO is in the pipeline. Can you confirm that?
I think we would like to do it at a right time, in terms with the right value and a right time. In last few quarters have not been the exactly right time in the marketplace. So, if things are right, maybe it could happen next fiscal. But, we expect next fiscal to, do an equity event, whether we do IPO or any other event. I think we would raise some funds for sure through equity to support and sustain the growth of the food business, and also use part of the funds for deleveraging. So it's going to be combination. I would, starting now, I would anticipate it could happen, next fiscal year. But, one has to wait and see. Maybe post-election, one knows more, better in terms of market mood and all the possibilities and probabilities. But meanwhile, as I said, our business this year has grown 20%. So we remain strong in that business, and going forward, it should become even better.
Right. Tell us also a little bit about the recent investments into orange and spice processing facilities in the food processing business that you've made.
So in case of spice processing, and spice is a very large market in India in terms of packaged spices or exports being done, or also loose spices. and we have decided to enter into that business. We have already started the plant at our location here in Maharashtra, and I think coming year, that is FY20, we should see a good level of growth in that business. While this year it was a nominal startup type of scenario, but next year seems to be strong, both in export market, domestic market, as well as into retail sales and to B2B and B2C both. In terms of the orange, I think we will start the plant sometimes later in this calendar year, and the impact will come from 2020 calendar year, the impact should come.
All right, we'll let you go on that note. Thanks so much for taking the time out, Mr. Jain, and giving us a view on